So for this tutorial to make this scarf, we are going to use an H 5.0 millimeter hook. There we go. You will need a pair of scissors. You will need a yarn needle to weave in your ends. And the yarn that I'm using for this is ice yarn from the Yarn Nut, www.yarnnut.com. And the color of this is red. It's a 4-weight. And you can, if you're interested in buying this, go to yarnnut.com. This will take one whole skein and a little bit into another one. And the gray that's in this that I'm using is also by yarnnut.com. It's some ice yarn, and the color on this one is this says 3-weight, but it is the same thickness, see, as this one. Is this one a 3-weight also? No, this one says, yeah, it's a 4-weight. So even though that says 3, it's the same thickness as this right here. See? So they work perfect together. But it's gray. Okay, and then the third color that I'm using for this is from yarnnut.com as well. And it's Favori Madame Tricot Paris. And this is from yarnnut.com as well. And the color on this one is, I think it said cream. But anyway, they're all 100% acrylic. And so you will need 4-weight yarn for this. This happens to be a 3, but like I said, it's about the same texture as a 4. So I'm calling this a 4-weight as well. But it does, even though it says 3, it's about the same. So those are the supplies that you will be needing, is 3 colors in a 4-weight yarn. And you can choose, like I said, you can choose whatever colors you want if you choose not to do this. Now, if you like this pattern, I will leave the link for this right here as well, and you can make the matching hat that goes with this. And I think that you will enjoy that as well. And the length on this is like 63 inches long. That's without the fringe. And if you would like fringe, the fringe adds another 4 inches on each end. So it will look great with fringe or without fringe. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on it. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to make a smaller version than what you're going to be making, okay? So don't pay attention to what I'm actually crocheting, how many stitches I'm actually crocheting. I will tell you how many stitches that you will need to be crocheting. So one is going to be with the foundation half double crochet, and the other one is going to be with a chain and then working a half double crochet. So I will start with the regular half double crochet, doing the chain first. So chain 20. I'm going to do half of all of what you're doing. So don't pay attention to how many stitches I actually have. I'm telling you, you need to chain 20. Okay, so this is your chain. You're going to half double crochet in the second chain from the hook. There's the 1, there's 2. Second chain from the hook. And that does count. That is a half double crochet. That first stitch doesn't count as one. So half double crochet in the next one and just continue working all the way across till you get to the end, and you will have 19 half double crochets. Just like that. You should have 19 half double crochets. When you get to the end, go ahead and chain 1, turn your work, and 1/2 double crochet in that same stitch that you made your chain 1, and then 1/2 double crochet in each remaining stitch. You're going to have 19 stitches across all the way through this entire pattern, so that should help you. As long as you got 19, you're on the right track. And we are going to change colors at this point right here. So now you have 19, so do not chain 1 yet, because we are going to add in our new color. Okay, so all of you that chained, stay right there, and I'll be right back to this point. Now we are going to do the 1/2 double crochet foundation chain for all of you that prefer that style. So you're going to work 19 foundation 1/2 double crochets, because see, you will already have your foundation, your chain, so you will not need to do 20. You need to do 19. So you start off with a chain 2, single crochet in that first chain, or that second chain, I'm sorry, like that, and then 1/2 double crochet. Now you'll single crochet in that stitch right there. That is actually your foundation. Single crochet, and then you still have 3 on your loop, so go through that now. So now you have 1, 2 1/2 double crochets. So grab that bottom loop, do a single crochet, and then your 1/2 double crochet. So now you have 1, 2, 3. Grab that bottom loop. See this, when you do this single crochet, you're actually making your own chain. You're skipping the chain and then going back into it. You're doing it all in one step. So just like that. So you should have 19 of these. I prefer the foundation method, because it just keeps it more loose and not so tight. Okay, so make sure you have 19. Just like this. Okay, when you get to the end, after you get 19, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to work 1/2 double crochet across, and we will all be at the same point. So just 1/2 double crochet all the way across. I forgot to tell you, my first 1/2 double crochet went into that same place where I chained 1. And we are going to switch colors here. Okay, make sure you get 19 going across. And we're going to change colors. I like to go ahead and cut mine off. And our next color is going to be the cream. So let's just add the cream in here. All right, now chain 1. Turn your work, and I like to take both of my tails and work them across. So you're going to 1/2 double crochet in the first stitch that you did your chain 1. And so 1/2 double crochet all the way around. Try working your ends. Try crocheting those in as you go along, just so you don't have a lot of weaving in to do later. The only one weaving in that you should do through this whole pattern should be this right here on the end. Unless you choose to do your fringe a different color than what I did. Alright. And when you get to 19 of these, chain 1, turn your work, and if you want, you can, if you have any of this still hanging at the end, you can go ahead and just cut that off. Okay, now half double crochet in that same stitch that you did a chain 1 in, and once again you should have 19. I can get it, there we go. Okay, we are going to change colors again, so you should have 19. And our next color is going to be red. So grab your red yarn, or whatever if you're not choosing these colors, just grab your next color. And we're going to do just like we did the cream. We're going to add it in, chain 1, and we are going to half double crochet. I'm keeping those strands so that I can crochet those in as I go along. So crochet, half double crochet in that first stitch where you did the chain 1, and just crochet all the way across. This is a very easy pattern. Just like that. And you should have 19 of these half double crochets. Okay, chain 1, turn your work, and we're going to make another row of these half double crochets. So chain 1, a half double crochet in that same spot where you chained 1, and just work all the way across. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to snip off the end of that. Now this is where we're changing colors, and we are going to back to the cream. Okay, I did a chain 1, half double crochet in that same stitch I did the chain 1 in, and I'm carrying my yarn back here, and I'm working it in as I crochet. Just like that. And just remember, you got to have 19 half double crochets across. And when you get to the end, chain 1, turn your work, half double crochet in that same chain 1 space. Go ahead and cut this off, snip it off, and you're changing colors again. And this time, let's see, we have cream, we have gray, cream, red, cream. Now we're going back to gray. We're going to continue that same pattern. So grab your gray yarn, chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to weave those, crochet those tails in as you crochet along. Half double crochet in that same stitch you did a chain 1 in, and crochet a half double crochet in each stitch all the way across. Chain 1, turn your work, 1 half double crochet in that same chain 1 space, and 1 half double crochet in each stitch across. And you should have 19 half double crochets, and we are going to snip this off, and we are going to change to the cream color again. So chain 1, turn your work, 1 half double crochet in that same stitch that you did your chain 1, and you are just repeating turn your work, 1 half double crochet in the first stitch that you did your chain 1 in, and 1 half double crochet all the way across. Go. So I'm going to cut this off, just like that. Now we're going to get into the main body. And so the main body is going to be red, and it is a repeat. So what I'm going to show you, you are basically going to repeat the next, I'm going to call it row 1 and row 2, because I consider this its own part of the pattern, and then row 1 and 2 will be up here. And you are going to repeat this. Well, it can be as long as you want, but I think I did mine up to 110 rows. So what I did is I used my row counter, and I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In other words, every odd number row, I did it as the same as row 1. Every even number row, I did it the same as row 2. So grab your red yarn, and you are always going to start with a single crochet and end with a single crochet. If you are working the pattern and you get disturbed, someone talks to you or whatever happens, and you go back and you do a different stitch than you were supposed to, and you end up on your last row and it's not or your last stitch and it's not a single crochet, frog it back till you get it, because you always start and end with a single crochet. Okay, so we are going to add our red in. Whoops, having trouble catching it. There we go. Okay, so we've got our red on, chain 1, and we're going to weave that, crochet that in as we go. Okay, so single crochet in the first stitch. Now that we have our single, we are going to work a treble crochet in our next stitch. And so continue working, crocheting around this. So to make a treble crochet, you wrap your yarn around your hook twice, insert your hook through the stitch, pull your yarn through, pull through 2 loops, grab your yarn, pull through 2 loops, grab your yarn, pull through 2. You just did that 3 times. Now your next one is a single crochet, just like that. Your next one is going to be a treble again. So wrap your yarn twice, insert your hook through the stitch, grab your yarn, pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops, and pull through 2 loops. Now you have a treble. Single crochet in the next stitch, yarn over twice, insert your hook, grab your yarn, pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops. There you go. And then single crochet. Treble crochet and a single crochet. Chain 1, turn your work. Now that is row 1. Row 2 is your other repeat row. So you will have a single crochet where you did your chain 1 stitch, another single crochet. Row 2, you will have 2 single crochets on one end, 2 single crochets on the other end. So we are going to work another treble crochet. Just like that. A single crochet, and you're going to repeat this around. You're going to repeat this to the end. Just go back and forth. Single and treble, single and treble. Just like that. And then your last 2 stitches should be a single crochet. Just like that. Chain 1, turn your work. Okay, so this is what it's looking like, and you're going to do this up to about 110 rows. Of course, it really depends on, you can always try it on and see. Now, I'm 5'3", so this is the length that I made for me. You may need yours longer. If you do, just continue your red. Okay, so now we're doing our repeat row. So this will be kind of like doing row 1 over again. Single crochet in the first stitch. Treble crochet in the next stitch. Oops. Single crochet in the next. And just keep repeating that across. Treble, single, treble, single, treble, and single. All right, so we just kind of repeated row 1. Now we're going to repeat row 2. Single crochet in the first 2 stitches, then a treble, single crochet in the next stitch, and then a treble, single crochet in the next stitch, and a treble, and just keep repeating that all the way across. And make sure you have 2 single crochets at the very end. And it's looking like this right here. And both sides should be identical. So chain 1, turn. We're going to repeat. Well, you're going to repeat row 1 and 2. Just keep doing that. Once you get to the end, go ahead and pause this. And then when you get to the end, come back, and we are going to repeat these rows, but we're going to start with the cream. So once you get to the body, once you get it as long as you want, go ahead and stop. Trim your red. And we are going to add some cream. And we're going to chain 1. We're going to turn our work a half double crochet in the first stitch, and continue crocheting your ends in. And you should have 19 of these half double crochets. All the way across. And as long as you're chaining one at the end, and as long as you have 19 stitches across, it will come out straight. Just keep that in mind. Okay, now that you've got your 19, go ahead and chain one, turn your work, half double crochet in that same chain one space, and just half double crochet across. Just like this. Okay. Now, I think you get it from there. You're going to do the cream. You're going to do the gray. You're just reversing what you have on the other end. You're going to do gray, cream, red, cream, and gray. You're just going to do that for the end. So now that you've got that, let's go ahead and do our fringe. If you choose to have your fringe red, that's what we're going to do now. You need to weave in the gray end that you will have on both ends. You need to weave that in. So get your yarn needle and weave that in. You wouldn't have to if your fringe was gray or it matched this. But since we're going with a different color, we've got to weave this in. Okay. Now that we've got that weaved in, you'll need to cut that off. Now on the fringe, I did it in every other stitch across. So, and how I measured mine, let me grab a piece of paper. Get this yarn out of the way so we can work with this red. Each fringe, each one of these has 3 strands to it. So what I did is I just took a regular sheet of paper and held it across like this. Just like that. And I did it several times. I'm only doing it once here because that's all you need. There, see, now you got 3 strands and you didn't have to stand there with a tape measure. So what you'll do is you'll take your strand and do your hand like the way I've got it. Take your finger, make sure these are even down here, and have that on your finger like that. Take your piece here, grab your yarn, pull through that stitch just partly way. Make sure those are still pretty close. Take your finger through the hole like that. Grab the yarn, pull through, and there you are. So there's your fringe. Okay, do you need to do it again? There's 1, 2, 3, and if you want to do more, 4, 5, 6. That's enough to do 2 of them. And then you just cut those loops, go to the other end, cut those loops, and you should have 6. So grab you 3 of them, just like I showed you. I usually start from the opposite end on my second one, and then I work my way back and forth to the middle. There you go. And then take your next one and you just continue going. This is so easy. I just skip a stitch and right here, and I go to the next stitch. And when you get finished, like I said, you just lay that out and trim it. So to cut the fringe, just kind of smooth them out. This is how we're going to trim it. And you see all these little loose ends? Just like that. And there we go. So that's how you would trim it, just like that. Just make sure they're all out there, just like this. And see, then you can see if you need to do some more. There we go. Yeah. 3 strands per each. On mine, I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I got 10 across here. 19 stitches, no matter what. 19 stitches all the way through. This ended up having, I ended up doing 110 rows for this. And, oh yeah, the other thing is make sure you have your scarf the right way. But make sure that when you lay this out that all your tops are the same. So that's how easy this is. Yeah, so you can just make this in any color that you want. And I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. And be sure and go to yarnnut.com and check out all of their ice yarns and all the other different types of yarns that they have. That is the, it worked up really well. And so, yeah, so if you want to post pictures of this, just go to my Facebook group page and post pictures of your scarf. It doesn't have to be in this color. If you like this pattern and you work in a different color, I'd love to see it. Thank you very much. Happy crocheting. Bye. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.